Hey, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I want to welcome you to this wonderful, beautiful, incredible day. This is the day the Lord has made, and I am rejoicing and I'm glad in it. And this is a special day because we won the lottery. What? Yeah. We won the lottery today. We woke up. That's it. Hey, if you're waiting for something else, I went into a gym last year before the pandemic, and I went up to a guy and he said, "How you doing?" I said, "I won the lottery." What? I said, "Yeah, I'm celebrating today. I won the lottery." Wow, how much did you win? Oh, I didn't win any money. I woke up this morning in my right mind in America. I won the lottery. You know, people are coming from other countries trying to sneak in, going in under the wheel wells of trucks, getting in the back of vans or tractor trailers with no air. They're doing everything, risking their lives or going across rivers and oceans to try and get to America. America got issues. I understand. I know what you mean by that. But with all the isms, sexism, racism, ageism, it still is a place where people are willing to try and get to because there is opportunity. If you're willing to work, will there be setbacks? Yeah. Will there be roadblocks? Yeah. Will there be all sorts of people who will try and keep you from the opportunity? Yes. But if you refuse to give up and you refuse to stop trying, you can have great success in America. So today is a great day. I won the lottery, and so did you, if you're willing to make the most of this day. So first, I want to welcome you to this beautiful day that the Lord made on this beautiful Saturday morning, April the 10th, 2021. And I want to welcome you to the Jolly Good News Report. And I want to ask you to start a watch party right now. Start a watch party. And then I want you to share it. And if you're on a replay, if you're not on the original broadcast, then I'd like you to share it, make some notes, take a moment to send it out to more people who will be encouraged by the message today. Just good news, good news, good news. In a time of so much bad news, sad news, depressing news, all sorts of despondent news, you need some good news because it's good for you. It makes you feel better. It makes you do better. It makes you have better. Come on. So send this out to somebody who needs some good news. Good news is good. And this is good news today. I want to also, every week I give you my update real quick about my XM show that will air this afternoon, 4 o'clock Eastern time today. And then it will re-air on Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern time on channel 141. 141. And my guest is Commander Mary C. Kelly. She decided to do something over 30 years ago that was not normal or was not something as normal or regular as we see it today. She decided to apply for the U.S. Naval Academy, a female. It was hard, but she was accepted. She went through the rigors and the work. She graduated with honors and went on to become a teacher there and to teach the students there. But she then became the HR director for one of the Navy bases and continued to go up the ladder to go to EXO school and became the commander. And she, as part of her job, had to give speeches. And while she was also commanding the base, she was still taking more classes. She got a number of master's degrees and then went on to get her PhD in economics. When she was the commander and having all of these degrees and having all of this information, she kept getting invitations to speak, and she was good. When she spoke, she was good. She was entertaining. She was engaging. Well, when she retired from the Navy, she quickly became a in-demand speaker on the speaker circuit, as we would call it, and joined the National Speakers Association After hearing a friend of mine named John Alston, bless his heart, he passed away a few years ago, and I had the honor of speaking at his funeral. But John Alston heard her speak while he was at an event where he was speaking. And he told her, "You've got the right stuff. You should be doing this." She took his counsel and she joined the National Speakers Association and quickly rose up the ranks, and now is in the Speaker Hall of Fame, and just tremendous. She has a new book about leadership. She has a book about smart money. And I want to encourage you to listen into this interview because she talks about so many items about leadership, about money management, about wealth building. You're going to enjoy it really strong. So this afternoon, 4 o'clock Eastern Time, channel 141, the Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways Show. I spoke last night for the Florida Black Legislative Caucus for their annual meeting. I did it right from where I'm standing right now. They were at a big gala in Florida, and I was able to stay here, which I'm really loving this. I'm loving it. I love to be in Florida if I could do this. You know, beam me up, Scotty, and I'd be in Florida, hang out all day today, and then get me back to my house tonight, and I'd sleep in my bed that I love. I bought a bed in 2019, in September 2019, that I love. Oh my goodness, because I've had bad back issues, and this bed, I love it. So I could go, come back. Well, anyway, that's not happening. So in the pandemic, I have not flown anywhere. I have not gotten on a plane, and I've spoken as far away as Australia for a group there, and it was great right from here. And so I did the event last night for the Florida Black Legislative Caucus, how to lead and serve in the midst of crisis. In a crisis time, we all know, economic downturn, massive job loss, a pandemic, racial strife, social upheaval. We've had one issue after another, setback after setback after setback. And yet, we've also seen such political division. And they want to know, what should I do? How do we proceed with this? So I gave them a message, and I want to share a few of the points from that message. I think it will inspire and encourage you as you go forward to have greater success. I talked about the 3 Ds for determining your destiny. The 3 Ds for determining your destiny in a time of crisis and change and challenge. It comes down to your choices. Your choices are going to make the difference. So I told them how important it was to have the 3 Ds of determining your destiny, and how it's critically important to have a confidence that God is working all things together for your good. And yet you have a responsibility as well to do what you can do, to bring your gifts and talents. One of the things I did like about Mary Kelly, she said, of the things you must not waste, you must not waste. There are 2 major things you must not waste: your time and your talent. She said, whatever you do, do not squander your time nor your talent, because those are things that you cannot buy. Those are God-given gifts, and you cannot purchase them no matter how much money. You cannot buy more time. You got 24 hours a day, 1,440 minutes in every day. You cannot buy 1 more second of that day, 1 more minute in that day. You cannot buy no more time. When that time is exhausted, it's gone. And so you got to make and take the most of that time. And then the talents God has given you. And here's what we talk about, and what I talked about in the speech last night, is that talent, giftedness, is God-given, but everybody has some gifts, some talents. It's not if you are smart, it's how are you smart. You're brilliant, you're a genius in your area. Everybody doesn't have to be a genius in all things. They might not have an academic genius, but they got some other kind of genius. They might be able to think of thoughts and draw pictures or create art. They might be able to play music in a mighty way. My friend Les Brown, I think he's one of the greatest geniuses when he gets up to give a message, a speech, how he can create such a compelling, captivating message. Even if you were to come up to him 5 minutes before the speech and change the whole topic, the whole theme, that's his genius. People who are musical, who have genius. So everybody has some genius. It's not if you are smart, it's how are you smart. And so I talked to the group about not wasting your time nor your talent, and then also about your destiny. 3 Ds for determining your destiny. Destiny. We often hear people talk, particularly church folks, we'll hear them talk about destiny. Don't miss your destiny. But that makes it sound like destiny is something that's predetermined, your destiny. And I believe that is not quite the best concept that we should put about destiny. That your destiny is within the possibilities, and the possibilities are almost unlimited. There is some limitation because you're not going to live forever. We have limited time, limited energy, and limited resources. We know that we have limited time, limited energy, and limited resources. So we must rest, we must eat, and one day we're not going to have the same level of energy that we have maybe now. I love something T.D. Jakes said. He said, don't squander the energy thinking you'll be able to do what you're doing today when you're 80, 90, 100 years old. He said, you won't have the same level of energy. So you got to take and make the most. Make hay while the sun is shining. That's one of the things I want to encourage you. Make hay while your sun is shining, while you've got the opportunity. Don't say, oh, I'll do it later. If you can do it now, do it. Take advantage of the opportunities. Well, 3 Ds for determining your destiny. First D, you got to dream. First D is about your dreams. Dreams are the seed for success. Take a corn seed, and you dig a hole, put the corn seed in, then cover it with dirt and water, it will grow into a corn stalk. If you take an acorn and you dug a hole, put the acorn in and cover it with dirt and water, it will grow into an oak tree. Same is true for your dreams. You must dream the big dream. Think the big thought. Dreams are powerful parts of the success journey. And dreams have power that will help you grow and go to the next level. Let me show you one of the things I love to talk about from one of my books. In my book, It Only Takes a Minute, Change Your Life. One of my favorite parts about this book, dreams. Where do dreams come from? On page 18. If you don't have this book, you want to get it. You can go to winwithwillie.com, look for resources to help you win more, and click it and get this book. It only takes a minute to change your life. My friend Les Brown said this book will change your life. And Zig Ziglar, he endorsed it. He said, this book brings power to every audience. You will read it, every person who will embrace it. I love this. Here it is. Dreams. Where do they come from? Robert Schuller, the noted minister and author, said that dreams do not come out of the blue, but rather out of the mind of God. God matches the dream with the dreamer, someone who will receive it, respect it, embrace it, claim it, live for it, and be willing to die for it. God gives to us humans one of the greatest gifts he could give, a dream. Yet it is up to us to receive it and let it grow, or to reject it and kill it. Proverbs 29:18 says, where there is no vision, the people perish. And I add to that a Willie Jolley quote. And where there is a vision, the people will flourish if they take action. Ooh. We must dare to dream and dare to win. We know that that chapter, Proverbs 29, one of my favorite chapters because it has such wisdom in it. We get a chance to read it. In Proverbs 29:11, going along with God will give you a dream, but it's up to you to accept it, to live for it, to move on it, or not. In Proverbs 29:11, it says, the Lord says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. That's such a powerful, I know the plans I have for you, he says. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you, give you hope, a future. But what about those who say, well, I'm not going to participate? And they don't get the blessings of those great opportunities and possibilities for their future. I am challenging, imploring, pushing, asking you to dream and to sit back sometime and just dream about how the world could be if you could decide to make something big happen and it was able to be at your fingertips. What would you do? I'm encouraging you to dream big dreams. Dream great, incredible, impossible dreams, because as Martin Luther King said, the difficult we do quickly. The impossible just takes a little longer. Oh, I love that. Let me read one more piece about dreams from this book. When I was in high school, I remember one of my teachers discussing a Langston Hughes poem about dreams that struck me and then stuck with me through the years. Langston Hughes told us to hold on to our dreams, and that if our dreams die, then life is like a broken winged bird. A broken winged bird cannot fly. Too many people have given up on their dreams, and by giving up on their dreams, they are in essence giving up on their possibilities. Many people have been frustrated and discouraged by the challenges of life that we all face in one form or another. Far too often we see them giving up without even a fight, not realizing that dreams are the seed for your greatest success. You must be willing to fight for your dreams. Find your dreams. Focus on your dreams. So find your dream first, focus on it, and then fight for it, because the rewards are worth the effort. You got to dream, and you got to think, and you got to act. These are critical to anybody who's going to have great success. Is you got to dream big dreams so that you can achieve big results. In my book, a setback is a setup for a comeback. I love this quote. That mediocrity is a place, and it is bordered on the north by compromise, on the south by indecision, on the east by past thinking, and on the west by lack of vision. You got to have a vision and then take and make that vision into a reality. I'm encouraging you to dream big dreams, to understand that there'll be challenges, there'll be difficulties, but there's a reason why you should be dreaming and thinking about the possibilities, because the future is so bright for those who are willing to pursue with everything they have. So what is stopping you? What is it that's stopping you? Do you believe that God didn't want you to have those dreams? Well, then why would he say, I know the plans I have for you? Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. What's stopping you from taking a moment and working on your dreams, thinking about them, and not thinking that you cannot achieve them, but start to thinking and be thinking of the mindset that the only one who's stopping you from achieving them is you. Oh yeah, there'll be obstacles. There'll be challenges. Oh yeah, but that doesn't stop you. That might put something in front of your way, a detour, a roadblock, but you're on your way to work. Let's say you're on your way to work, and there's a road that's closed. Do you go back home? Of course you do not go back home. You don't go back home and give up. You figure out a new way to get to work because you want to get paid. What if you knew that those things that are in your possibilities and those dreams were something that you could just make a commitment that you refuse to do, and because of that refusal to do, there's something big and bold and great and grand out there if you would just not give up. Just like that job is out there, the money's there. You got to show up. So I'm challenging, encouraging, and asking for you to dream. Once you dream, though, you got to decide. Decide. Now, decision is taken from the Greek word to choke and cut off. You got to cut off. You make an incision, you choke off this part, and you cut in. Cut in. You make a decision, you got to cut off. Decide. You must decide. If you're going to find your destiny, reach your destiny, create your destiny, then you must decide. I love what Barack Obama said. He said, destiny is not a thing to be waited for, it's a thing to be determined and achieved. You make the decision and then act on it and work for it. It's going to take work. We must work on it. The word achievement, by its definition, takes work. And the word destiny is something that I believe is a part of the achievement process. And in order to get there, you must dream and then decide. Decide. Make that decision. And sometimes it's uncomfortable to make those tough decisions. But you got to be strong. You got to be courageous. I have a sign on my wall. If I could turn the camera around and show you this. I have a sign on my wall. It's taken from the first chapter of Joshua, the book of Joshua. And I'll read it for you. I put my name and I printed it out. Willie, that's me. Have I not commanded you, be strong? And I have in parenthesis, man up or woman up. Be strong and be of a good courage, not regular courage, good courage. That means extra bold courage. Do not be afraid. You got to trust me. God's saying, trust me and move now. Nor be dismayed. Don't be timid. For timidity is a sin. He didn't tell you to be timid. He told you to be meek, which is power under control, but not weak. For I, the Lord your God, is with you. And that means always, wherever you go. So have I not commanded you, Joshua 1:9, be strong, be of a good courage. Do not be afraid, nor be dismayed, for I, the Lord your God, is with you. I'm here with you. That's what he's saying. I got you. I got your back. Go forward now. I'm standing right with you. I'm on your side and in front of you, around the back of you, but you got to move. Go wherever you go. I got you. I'm with you. So you got to dream. Then you must decide. And last but not least, in order to create your destiny, you got to do. That's right. You got to do. You must take action on those dreams and goals. How many have some dreams and goals you want to achieve? Now, what's stopping us from achieving those dreams and goals is that we sometimes don't really believe in them, and then we don't decide to take action, or we talk about taking action and we never do. I got one guy I've known for years who's going to write a book. He's going to write a book. Oh, I'm going to write a book. I've known him for 30 years. He's been writing a book for 30 years, hadn't gotten it done because he won't take the action. He just won't do it. He keep procrastinating. Where I know another lady, She told me, I'm gonna write a book within a couple weeks. She said, I've written the book, I published it. Was it the greatest book she could ever wrote? No, but she did it and got it done. So I want you to have excellence, right? But I want you to do. Don't talk yourself out. So do is part of the process. You got to take action. Faith without works is dead. So you must have faith and then have action. Scripture teaches us, ask, seek, knock. It says, ask, and you shall receive. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be open unto you. For everyone that asks, receives. And everyone that seeks, finds. And everyone knocks, the door is open unto them. Most people receive not because they ask not, they seek not, they knock not, and then they wonder why not. In my book, An Attitude of Excellence, I say you must wake up and dream. There's 5 steps in the book, in the second half of the book, to be all you can be, to win more. Wake up and dream, show up, stand up, step up, and make up your mind that you're going to win somehow, some way. I had a lady call me and said, I read your book and I heard you say, wake up and dream, show up, stand up, step up, make up your mind, you're going to win. She said, I wanted to go to the Oscars. The Oscars. I've always dreamed about going to the Oscars. And that was my dream. And so I decided I'm going. She lived on the East Coast. She flew to Los Angeles. So I just made up my mind. Now, I tried to get a ticket. I couldn't get a ticket. They said it was sold out. But I took my best, beautiful gown with me. I flew to Los Angeles, got a hotel room. And that evening, I did what you said. I showed up at the theater where the Oscars was. I was willing to wake up and dream. Then I showed up and I stood up and I walked to the entrance like I was supposed to be there. Wake up, show up, stand up, step up. I walked up like I was supposed to be there. And the first guy said, I don't see your name on the list, but I like your presence. I guess you're supposed to be here. And then she got through the first level of security. But the second guy told her, no, you're not on the list. But she said she was about to turn around and she said, make up your mind to win. And she talked to him and told her story, how she had flown across the country. She knew she was supposed to be there. And he said, you know what? I've never heard anything like that. And I know for sure one of the people in one of those seats, and back a little further from the front of the building, has said she's sick today. I just made a decision. That's your seat. And she said, I sat in there in the Oscars and I saw some of my favorite movie stars. I took pictures with them because I was willing to wake up and dream, show up, stand up, step up, and think up. Folks, she told her story. Was that her destiny? Well, it didn't happen because she sat in Washington. She took action. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do today. 3 Ds for determining your destiny. Dream, decide, and do. I want to thank you for joining me today. This is Jolly Good News report for this day. And I encourage you to pass this on to at least 10 of your friends, who will then hopefully pass it on to 10 of their friends and more. Join us Saturday mornings, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern, for the Jolly Good News report here on Jolly Good News Facebook Live. And go to jollygoodnews.org, jollygoodnews.org, and make a donation if this has been a blessing to you. Donate whatever you want, whatever you can. We want to make this program something that we can get to even more people globally. We're going to use traditional and we're going to use new media, but traditional media. We've got to buy television time. So we need some friends, some benefactors to help us to get there. So bless us Any way that this is blessing you, bless us, and we would greatly appreciate it. This is Dr. Willie Jolley. My time is up, and I want to thank you for yours. And remember, for sure, your best is yet to come. God bless you.